looked at Caroline's wedding. Okay. Can anybody identify some of the major issues that were going on in here? I love some of the similes that Danica uses. I wanted to run back to my mother's house, waving the paper like the head of an enemy rightfully conquered in battle. You guys are chuckling. What image could you see here?
A head on a stick.
Okay, I have a different image in my head. What kind of image do you have here?
Like symbolically or
Just kind of literally here. All I could think of is, see, I told ya. Because can't you picture this kind of like argument or this conflict, this struggle going on between mother and daughter? Okay, relate to going back and forth between you and your parent on one thing or another, and then being able to say, see. So, oh, you love doing that. Okay, that's the first thing that when I read that, I'm like, oh, I could just picture that, because she had her naturalization certificate, and it's like, see, I told you. Okay, which is a great image. Okay, and it kind of meant there sometimes for that. You don't have, not everything has to be so much deeper. You kind of have to look at the context in which it's in. Okay, and I love the fact that they talk about naturalization, and then literally in the next thing, I stopped at the McDonald's. How appropriate is that?
Very.
How come?
Because after I get my certificate for a great thing, I go.
But I mean, it's so typical, I guess. When you look at kind of America and you look at those things, it's just very typical. Okay. When people would come over here, they, back in the days of the potato famine and whatnot, they would come over because the United States, the streets were paved with gold. That's what was said back in the old country. Okay, and not only in Ireland and in England, but if you went over to Europe, oh, it's so much better over there.
Well, Europe is actually pretty cool.
Well, Europe is beautiful and very cool now, but during the times when the United States was flourishing, that was kind of the idea, to come over here. So when someone when somebody is naturalized, okay, what does it mean?
Naturalized?
Yes, she
blended.
No, she was holding her naturalization certificate. What did she just do? She is now a U.S. citizen. Okay. And being a U.S. citizen means what?
You get to vote. I don't get the natural.
Okay. Natural meaning what? Natural? Well, because Noel's asking about the whole idea of naturalization. What does naturalization mean? So let's break it down a little.
It's like a naturalization.
Right. So let's go back. Let's just take the word natural. If something is natural, what is it?
It's common. It's not natural. Like not. It's correct.
Okay. It's either original, right?
Yeah, original.
Okay, or originates from. Okay. So if you become naturalized, okay, or like the naturalization certificate, it means that for all intents and purposes, you are now of. Okay, so if you became a naturalized citizen, you are now of the United States. It's an interesting term used.